When Europeans first arrived on American soil, they missed the opportunity to expand their horizons beyond pursuing gold, property, and power. They failed to recognize the knowledge possessed by the native civilization, particularly in the realm of energy, a domain entirely foreign to the invaders. This knowledge was not widely known among the indigenous people and was only practiced secretly by a select few. Unfortunately, the settlers sought to persecute and destroy instead of seeking to understand. 500 years later, like the old conquistadors, we still uphold the same old book to swear the same old truth. The only difference is that now we can debate it with impunity. At the same time, the insights of the sorcerers remain conspicuously absent from contemporary intellectual discourse. No progress here. But why? Throughout Western civilization, in the history of our intellectual evolution, in all the books we have ever written, from ancient Greece and Rome through the Christian Middle Ages to modernity, culminating today in the birth of artificial intelligence, we have established only two reference points: yes and no, good and bad, up and down, in and out, here and there, and so on. The pinnacle of this binary system is the computer, which does only one thing: makes choices between 0 and 1. Do you remember Plato's cave metaphor in which humans sit in the semi-dark, watching shadows on the wall and mistaking them for the real world? These two reference points are pillars holding a screen for the projection. They designate the field of knowledge by presupposing what can and cannot exist in the universe. In other words, our minds refuse to think in any other way than binary, either religiously or scientifically. Faith and reason, the two sides of the same coin, the United States of Minds and the Republic of Reason, engage in an eternal verbal debate, convincing us that the world is chaos and madness outside their domain, and consciousness resides only within their boundaries. But this is profoundly mistaken. No matter how bright our gold coin might be, it cannot comprehend the whole gamut of human awareness, let alone the entire universe. Yet, we are locked in a self-serving game. Luckily, an escape exists from this debilitating verbosity. The third point, the perspective of the ancient Toltec sorcerers, as Carlos Castaneda had publicized it. He was convinced that science would eventually catch up with sorcery, and that Western philosophers had already observed many of the same principles, but hadn't put it all together as a functional unit. This YouTube channel is a collection of side notes taken on the pages of the Western and Toltec philosophical traditions.